Imagine a bustling factory floor, workers moving with precision, machines humming. Suddenly, a deafening crash. A forklift collides with a stack of pallets, sending debris flying. Miraculously, no one is hurt, but it was a close call. This incident, like so many workplace accidents, was entirely preventable. Every year, millions of people are injured or killed in accidents that could have been avoided. The human and financial costs are staggering. But here's the thing. Most accidents aren't the result of a single catastrophic failure. They're the product of multiple small oversights aligning in just the wrong way. This is where the Swiss cheese model comes in. It's a powerful tool that helps us understand how accidents happen and, more importantly, how we can prevent them. By visualizing our safety measures as layers of protection, we can identify weak spots and strengthen our defenses. Let's dive in and explore how this model can revolutionize the way we think about safety. Imagine a stack of Swiss cheese slices. Each slice represents a layer of defense against accidents in our workplaces or daily lives. These layers could be things like safety protocols, equipment checks, or employee training. Now picture the holes in the cheese. These represent weaknesses or gaps in our safety measures. Maybe it's a faulty piece of equipment, a miscommunication, or human error. In a perfect world, each layer would be solid with no holes. But in reality, every system has its flaws. Here's where it gets interesting. When you line up these slices of cheese, sometimes the holes align. This creates a clear path through all the layers of defense. That's when accidents can happen. Think of it like this. A hazard is trying to make its way through our safety measures. Most of the time, it gets blocked by one of our cheese slices. But occasionally, if the stars align and all the holes line up just right, the hazard slips through every layer undetected. This is why having multiple layers of defense is so crucial. It's rare for all the holes to line up perfectly. Usually, even if a hazard gets through one or two layers, it gets caught by another. The Swiss cheese model helps us understand that accidents are rarely caused by a single failure. It's often a combination of small issues that, when they occur together, create the perfect conditions for an accident. By recognizing this, we can work on strengthening each layer and minimizing the size and number of holes. This drastically reduces the chances of a hazard finding its way through all our defenses. Let's explore how the Swiss cheese model applies in real-world scenarios across different industries. In aviation, imagine a commercial flight where multiple layers of defense failed. The pilot might be fatigued, representing one hole in the cheese. Simultaneously, there could be a minor mechanical issue that wasn't caught during routine maintenance, another hole. Add to this poor weather conditions and miscommunication between air traffic control and the cockpit. When these holes align, a serious accident becomes possible. In healthcare, consider a hospital setting. A nurse might misread a medication dosage due to unclear handwriting, one hole. The pharmacist, overwhelmed with orders, fails to double-check, another hole. The patient, usually vocal about their medications, is too ill to speak up. These aligned failures could result in a dangerous medication error. In manufacturing, picture a factory worker operating heavy machinery. The safety guard on the machine is faulty, one hole. The worker hasn't received proper training, another hole. Add to this a noisy environment that masks warning sounds and a supervisor who's distracted by other tasks. These combined failures could lead to a severe workplace injury. In each of these examples, we see how multiple layers of defense can fail simultaneously, allowing hazards to pass through and cause accidents. This demonstrates the importance of maintaining and strengthening each layer of protection to prevent the alignment of vulnerabilities. Let's examine two real-world accidents through the lens of the Swiss cheese model to understand how multiple failures can align to cause catastrophic events. First, consider the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear disaster. The Swiss cheese model reveals several layers of defense that failed simultaneously. These included flawed reactor design, inadequate safety systems, poor operational procedures, and insufficient operator training. Each of these represented a slice of cheese with holes that aligned perfectly, allowing the disaster to unfold. Now let's look at a more recent example, the 2018 Lion Air Flight 610 crash. Here, we see how technical issues, maintenance oversights, and pilot training gaps all contributed to the tragedy. The aircraft's faulty angle of attack sensor, inadequate documentation of previous problems, and insufficient pilot familiarity with the new flight control system all represented holes in different layers of defense. By analyzing these accidents using the Swiss cheese model, we can identify critical weaknesses in safety systems. More importantly, this approach helps organizations develop targeted strategies to strengthen each layer of defense. For instance, in the aviation industry, This has led to improved pilot training programs, enhanced maintenance protocols, and more robust safety reporting systems. Remember, the goal is not just to prevent a specific accident from recurring, but to create a comprehensive safety culture that addresses potential weaknesses across all layers of defense. By doing so, we can significantly reduce the likelihood of future accidents and save lives. Now that we understand the Swiss cheese model, let's explore how organizations can put it into practice to enhance their safety management systems. The model provides a framework for identifying and addressing potential weaknesses across multiple layers of defense. To implement the Swiss cheese model effectively, organizations should start by conducting comprehensive hazard assessments. This involves systematically evaluating each layer of defense to identify potential holes or weaknesses. By doing so, companies can proactively address vulnerabilities before they lead to accidents. Next, improving communication is crucial. Clear, open channels of communication between all levels of an organization ensure that safety concerns are promptly reported and addressed. This helps to minimize the chances of hazards slipping through unnoticed. Enhancing training programs is another vital step. By providing thorough and ongoing safety training, organizations can strengthen their human defense layers. This includes not only teaching proper procedures, but also fostering a culture of safety awareness among all employees. Regular audits and inspections play a key role in maintaining the effectiveness of safety measures. These should be conducted across all layers of defense to ensure they remain robust and up to date. Finally, organizations should establish a system for continuous improvement. This involves regularly reviewing and updating safety protocols based on new information, near misses, and lessons learned from incidents in similar industries. By constantly refining their approach, companies can create increasingly effective layers of protection against accidents. As we've explored throughout this video, the Swiss cheese model offers a powerful framework for understanding and preventing accidents. Let's recap the key points we've covered. The model illustrates how multiple layers of defense, represented by slices of cheese, work together to prevent accidents. Each layer has its weaknesses or holes, but when aligned properly, they create a robust safety system. We've seen how this applies across various industries, from aviation to healthcare. Remember, accidents rarely result from a single failure. Instead, they occur when multiple weaknesses align, allowing hazards to pass through all layers of protection. By identifying and addressing these weaknesses, we can significantly reduce the risk of accidents. Now it's your turn to apply this knowledge. Whether you're in a workplace setting or simply going about your daily life, consider how you can implement the Swiss cheese model. Look for potential hazards, strengthen your layers of defense, and always be mindful of safety. By understanding and applying this model, we can all contribute to creating safer environments. If you found this information valuable, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on safety and accident prevention. Together, we can make a difference in preventing accidents and saving lives.